Oppa Gundam style, everybody. Welcome to Wow Cool Robot. It's a podcast about Gundam, if in case you haven't heard.
Yeah.
I'm Max, I use he, him pronouns, and with me as always is...
It's me, it's Callie. I use she, they pronouns, baby.
We're back in space.
Oh, we got back in the end.
Fuck Earth. Fuck gravity. I'm in space
Earth.
now.
Hate Earth, hate all the bitches on it.
Everything bad that happens in Gundam happens on Earth, and everything cool happens in space. Don't pull receipts on that message. I said it, and I'm standing by it.
That just reminds me, saying like hate Earth, reminds me of that like North FC meme that was going around for a while. That was like making fun of like like Northern football fans. It was like,
oh, I know what you're talking about.
Eight Earth noids.
Yeah.
Eight Fetties.
Eight Fetties, 8 gyms, love Xeon, simple
Xeon,
as.
Love full frontal.
Love
Angelo.
sleeves.
He's like me son. Simple as big dad.
Simple as. love Marita.
Love Marita. Love Trivera Xeon. Mineva Laus Abby.
It'd be really funny if like in like they do like what they did to Xenoblade, where like it got dubbed by Nintendo of Europe, so it just like became British. Like, yeah. I would love it if like inexplicably, and the same thing happens in Star Wars too, where the Empire is all British. But like, if like all of the Xeon dub voices were just inexplicably like Northern accents.
Yeah, well, funny you mentioned that. There is 4 episodes of Yurusei Urata, Lum Invader, that were dubbed by the BBC as a joke, for like a one-off event thing. And it is some of the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
Because like this is one moment where they're like these like jets that are flying by for like the flying by, and they've got like these like big helmets on with the big visors, and he's just like, "Oh, yeah. What do you see there, sir?" And he goes, "I have no idea. I've got a giant jelly bean on my forehead." Because it's like the helmet. It's so dumb. Oh my god.
This is not RAF certified.
Not RAF certified.
Oh my god.
So funny though.
This episode wasn't that funny, but it was good. It's like this is a really, as I watched it, I kind of realized this is a very like very quick episode. Everything that happens here happens in the span of like an hour or two, maybe. Mm-hmm. It's like very enclosed well. I got a summary. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
This is Unicorn Gundam, episode 5, The Black Unicorn.
Ooh.
Marita, reconditioned into becoming Pol 12 once more, descends in the Banshee to capture Benager in the Unicorn. He finds himself aboard the Raw Kylum, and we learn that he will be transferred to a Vist Foundation Garuda to rendezvous with Mineva and Martha, the latter of whom wants to make a deal so the Vist Foundation can once more get their hands on the box, promising Mineva and Neo Xeon a place within the Foundation if she wins Benager over to her side. Bright, not wanting this to happen, has a call with Beltorchika Irma, now a part of Luo & Co., who then contacts Kai Shiden, who arranges a truce between the Garden Seer and the Nail Argama, with the end goal of getting both Benager and Mineva safely into space out of the clutches both of Federation and the Vist Foundation, who both want the box to remain unopened. As the operation's underway, Ridi tries once again to take Mineva to safety, but he's rejected by her, as she'd rather jump out of a plane than be with him. Benager catches her, and he and Zinnerin are able to retrieve Marita, who is at her breaking point and is trying to fight the reconditioning. They safely make it to space as Benager achieves full control over the NTD, which now glows green instead of red. As Ridi takes notice of Marita's abandoned Banshee, the Nail Argama and the Garancia are fired on by the General Revel, the Federation's flagship, when Full Frontal and Angelo arrive to fight them off. Whoo baby.
Oh, and Angelo's mobile suit in that fucking
the fucking oh my god,
rules with
the Rosen Zulu's insane.
The Rosen Zulu, it's the pseudo Psychomu kind of weaponry that it uses with like the wires and stuff, similar to the Zeong.
Yes.
Which is wild to see. It's like something insanely reminiscent of the Zeong in the hands of someone who isn't adjacent to Shah.
Yeah, and like that, he's not as adjacent to Shar, but he is simp adjacent, because it is like an upgraded Hama Hama too, and he got that Mashmer simp energy for Full Frontal.
This is definitely a Double Zeta sequel series.
It fucking is.
I'm looking at it right now. It literally is developed from the Hama Hama.
It's because it has the same like beam sucking shield. I don't know what you'd call it, but I'm gonna call it that.
Yeah.
I want that to be like,
isn't it?
Yeah, I want to call it a beam sucking shield though, because it's funner.
Yeah, it's got the suck launcher.
Yeah, it got that fucking Kirby suck. We also
Mm.
saw some really fucking crazy Federation suits called the Anksha, which is like I looked it
Yeah.
up. It's like a Jagan, an Ashimar, and a Gap plant had a baby together. It's like this fucking
Yeah.
it's this sick transforming Jagan that like goes Ashimar mode and has like all of the Gaplants like weird fucking like aerial bits. It's so cool.
So sick.
God, Unicorn has some like batshit suit designs. I love it.
It has some of the best in the series, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Like, because the thing, it's right in the middle of that kind of like, it's still weird with it, like the Zeta era suits, but it isn't kind of like, things feel over-designed in a good way, not over-designed like it does in like Thunderbolt. I love Thunderbolt. I love some of the suits that it has in it, but my god, can we chill it with some of the boosters on these things? I love this Psycho Zaku. I love it so much. Why does it have like 8 jet engines strapped to its back?
Gotta go fast.
It's gonna go new.
So this one starts out. I like the it's like a flashback to 10 seconds prior, where the last episode ended, where we see like Marita's Banshee on a base jabber, like flying into airspace, and like the flight controller's talking, and whoever's like in charge of the base jabber's like, "Oh, this is this Foundation joining the fight, blah blah blah." And they're like, "All right, bring your base jabber low, and we'll let you know." And then they're like, "All right, deploy the Banshee." And they're like, "Hey, what the fuck?"
Hey, what are you doing? Don't do that.
And she's just like free falling in this thing. It
Would you like
rules.
to hear a fun fact about this? And that opening
Absolutely.
scene is entirely in English in the Japanese dub.
Is it really?
It is it's entirely in English. They're like talking in like English and stuff.
That's so funny.
And it's got like this like heavy like filter over it, that makes it look like that makes it has like a bunch of kind of like radio static over it.
Oh yeah, sure. Oh, cool. So like you're actually having like a radio conversation between flight controllers.
Yeah, and there's Japanese subtitles on the bottom of the screen as well, so like the Japanese
that's
watchers
funny.
can understand what's going on as well. It's really cool.
That's an interesting way of kind of like making it feel like you're in enemy territory. Like they're in Australia, right? They wouldn't be speaking Japanese there. I like that.
They're at Torrington Base.
Yeah. And like Marita lands and just immediately starts fucking shit up. The beam smart gun is such a cool. It like fires like a squiggly line basically. It's like ribbons. It just like pew, pew, pew. It's like when you squeeze an icing bottle too hard and it starts like spiraling everywhere.
Yeah.
And then she like eventually just straight up like rams into the unicorn and knocks. Let's. This week I wrote down Bandicoot as his name.
Oh, that's a good one. We'll go Bandicoot today.
Yeah. So she just straight up rams the unicorn and like Bandicoot gets knocked out and then just wakes up on the rock Ilum.
Yeah, he just wakes up and he's like coming around and he like sees the Delta Plus that Reddy was in, and then he looks to the left and he sees the Banshee and he's like, fuck. And then the cockpit opens and Marita steps out and he's like, fuck.
Not like this. Not like
this.
Although it's really cool that even though that she's evil mode right now, she does like fucking just throw Riddy to the ground when he tries to like because he's like trying to get answers from Alberto, who's there. Because like Alberto's the one who's like quote unquote in charge of Marita right now. He's her quote unquote master.
I hate it so much.
It fucking sucks. And she just easily tosses him to the ground. And Alberto's like, it's like, I'm not telling you shit. Now sit there while I tell you everything that's going on.
Yeah. I'm not gonna tell you a thing that's happening. Here's everything that's happening.
Yeah. There is no way I'm gonna tell you that Bandicoot is Cardius Vis' illegitimate heir, and it's just like, yeah, say less, man. Come on.
It would really suck if I told you exactly every single bit of information that you needed to know and to further your hatred for this like child that you're getting like in your head like upstaged by. Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but I kind of meant to. God, you're getting cucked by a 17-year-old dude.
I can't fucking stand Riddy. This guy fucking sucks.
He's the worst.
I was like panicking at the end of this episode with what he does because I was like, no, Riddy, don't do it. Riddy, don't do it. Don't go towards that robot, Riddy.
What did you think he was gonna do?
Oh no, I mean like I just can tell that he's gonna pilot the Banshee.
Oh yeah, no, he totally is.
He
It's the most
doesn't
obvious
deserve
thing in the
it.
world.
He doesn't deserve it.
He doesn't deserve it. He kind of deserves the emotional turmoil that it puts you through by
Yeah, I hope
playing
he gets
it,
inside and
though.
just gets fried.
His brain goo is gonna be just destroyed.
I want him to become fucking LCL from Ava, just inexplicably.
He's just goo.
He just turns into Sunny D.
Turning into a Iron from IBO.
Yeah, yeah, put that boy in a jar.
Iron and put him in a jar.
We see like Alberto calls Martha, and Martha is like, "Oh, Bandicoot has locked everyone out of the system." So he's like getting more control over Unicorn now. Like he's able to lock it down so that no one can get like the next set of coordinates. Because he got the next set of coordinates. And Martha kind of like surmises that only Minerva can bring him over to her side. So she's treating Minerva like a VIP. They're on a Garuda right now, giving her like champagne, and she's like, proposing to her like oh, we just want to seal the box, we want to make sure nothing bad happens, we need your help, like, hey, if you help us, the Xeon remnants can all have a place in the Viz Foundation. Like, wouldn't that be so nice?
That'd be nice. We'll give blanket immunity to an entire group of like spacenoids that the Federation wants to just die. Yeah, we could totally do that.
I mean, like, I kind of do believe her, because this Foundation clearly is like as powerful as the Federation, as we see them like working together at this point.
I don't think they're powerful enough to do that, though. Like, the thing is about it, what that promise is so lofty and wild to make, because like you can't, because the Xeon Remnant, like the sleeves, they are like bad, as well as that. I don't think Frontal would ever agree to that as well, and he's in charge.
That's true. He's in charge.
Yeah, he's in charge, isn't he?
I guess if anything, she could probably get like diplomatic immunity for like the higher ups, but that would only be because the Federation would want to like poach them anyway.
Yeah, but then you got to bear in mind that like Xeon Remnants are also just everyday people.
It's just a shit ton of people. Yeah, no, she definitely doesn't give a shit about these people.
Incalculable amount of people in space at the time of the series. Like, it's just not going to be enough.
Yeah, fuck her.
Fuck her. She's the worst.
Minerva
like,
kind of like
fake feminism with it too as well. It's really weird.
She's scummy. She Minerva. There's so many M names. Good God.
There's so many. In this episode alone, there's Marita, Minerva, and Martha. It's like, come on, man.
And like, I already get confused over Angelo and Alberto. Like, it's a lot. But Minerva talks to Martha, and she's like, hey, why the fuck did you recondition Marita? And she's like, oh, we're just doing the same thing that you did back then. Which is like almost a salient point, but like less so, because Marita's broken free of that reconditioning, and it's just like arguably worse now, because like Marita's just like become her own person, and then the Viz is like, all right, let's like rewind the tapes here. It's like, no, you did worse, like by making her go back to that.
was like a toddler.
Yeah, like she had fucking nothing to do. She was like, who knows where the fuck she was, right? Because like we learn the Minerva we saw in Zeta was like a body double the entire time. So like fucking Minerva was like hidden away in some fucking bunker for like all of what happened in Gundam to this point, pretty much. She couldn't do anything about it. But whatever, shit sucks. We cut back to the Rakai loom, and Bright's just telling the crew and everyone, he's like, yeah, we know it sucks that like the Secret Service are hanging out on this ship, but we have orders we still gotta hunt down the Garancier. I don't think they know it's called that. They're just like the camouflage Xeon freighter.
Yeah.
Which at this point, I don't know why they need to, if they've like recovered the unicorn. I guess they're just like trying to like stamp out anyone who stands against him at this point. But Bright clearly doesn't really care about this. Like, he's just following orders, which, fuck you, Bright. But at the same time, at least he's willing to like go against those and do what's right in the end. Like, I'm giving a reluctant brownie point to Bright in this episode for what he's done.
Bright was a little bit better in this episode.
Yeah, like, it's you know what? It's funny that, like, he shows Bandicoot more empathy than he showed, like, pretty much any other Gundam pilot.
Yeah.
I guess it's easier.
It's wild. There hasn't been a Bright slap.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, good. I don't like the Bright slap. But like,
I hate it. It's so bad.
I guess it's because he doesn't like know Bandicoot. Like
Yeah.
he spent who knows how long with Amuro and Camille and Judo. Like he spent time with them. This kid just like rolls up on a ship and then is like gone the same day. Like he doesn't have as much of an emotional base to slap him from.
Yeah.
But like he knows, like one of his lieutenants tells him that like he knows that they know the deal with Minerva and Martha, and they know that like, you know, they're going to transfer Bandicoot there to try and have Minerva win him over. So he goes to talk to him about it. Bright talks to Bandicoot rather. He talks about the next set of coordinates. Like he knows where they are. He's like, I don't want that place to become a battlefield again. So whatever the next set of coordinates is, it's somewhere that we know, somewhere that's have a big battle. That's exciting.
Yeah. Which is kind of like, oh, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, but also,
you know, Battlefield
I feel like
again, it implies that it's going to be like, oh,
yeah. But at the
yeah,
same time, that could mean literally anywhere in Gundam, because fucking everywhere has become a battlefield at this point. It could be fucking Mount Kilimanjaro for all we know. I don't think it's going to be on Earth though, because I feel like it's such a big deal going back into space that like the next set of coordinates definitely is not going to be on Earth.
yeah,
They're not
that
gonna be like, all right, we
will
gotta
not
turn
be.
around.
We gotta turn this ship around, gang. We gotta get it moving. Gotta get it moving.
Got a schmoovin'. And it, you know, he talks to Bright about how like his time on the Garnseer wasn't really that bad. Like he was treated as an equal, as a crew member, not as a prisoner. And Bright just like pretty much wholly supports Bandicoot just being so cagey, not telling anyone. Like Bandicoot thinks that it was pure luck that he became a Gundam pilot, and Bright's like, that's not true. I've known literally every Gundam pilot in history up to this point, and it's not luck. You may have to make the decision to go inside the robot, and you made that decision. So like, you're in it now, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah, I really liked that moment, but at the same time, it's like, right, you really gotta say that to a child.
I get what he's saying, but it's worded in a strange way of like, it's like him saying it wasn't luck, like it's a choice you made and like you're living with that choice well, but it really just seems like, nah man, you shit your bed, now lie in it.
Yeah.
But then he goes to like, you know, some room and he's Skyping with fucking Beltorchica Irma. It's very obvious it's her. Like there aren't that many like important
honest,
UC blonde women, huh?
I'm not a very big Beltorchica enjoyer.
Yeah, I mean,
I think she's fine.
I don't not like her. Like I'm not like booing like crazy whenever she shows up, because like she was like kind of wild in Zeta, but like at the same time, most of my rage in Zeta was just like yelling at Amuro the whole time at that point, because like she showed up after Amuro did. Like it's her cameo is like whatever. Like, you know, she's important. She's in Luo and Co. All she does is show up here to like pass on a message to someone who's like way more important, and I like cheer way harder for when he shows up.
Yeah.
But she reveals that like the general rebel is being mobilized basically to go after the Nail Argama. Like at this point, the Federation and the Viz Foundation are working together to like fucking erase anyone who's like being involved with the box at this point.
Yeah.
Like, it's just becoming worse and worse for them. Like, the situation is progressing, let's say.
We could have seen this coming. Not an Agama class ship, you know.
Up against a Dagosa Gear class ship with like fucking 4 runways.
You could have seen the Agama class ship operating on its own and not having anything to do with either side of it. Where have I seen this before?
I have never read a history book. But then more importantly,
twice now.
Yeah, if I had a nickel for every time,
that this happened, this exact situation happened, 3 nickels.
Yeah,
which isn't a lot, but you know, it's weird that it's happened 3 times.
I know. Why is there a fire engine driving by my apartment?
That's not good.
I heard a fire alarm going off across the parking lot kind of all day. I guess if they're driving away with their lights not on, they've probably resolved the situation.
Yeah. I
was hearing some weird beeping earlier. I guess that's what that was. Oh well, everything seems fine. That's good.
It's probably fine.
Kai Shiden's here.
He is!
This is what I'm fucking popping off. Like, of all the original Gundam cast that show up, Kai being the one, I'm just like, yes, I love you, Kai, you fucking rule. He hangs out with the Pope. He fucking rules. He gave the Pope Undertale.
He
can whip a gun out of someone's hand. This guy fucking rules. He's the modern day Indiana Jones.
He's Indiana Jones, but better.
He's so fucking cool. he's here, and like he doesn't talk to Bright or Beltorchika. Like Beltorchika talks to him in a different scene we don't see, but he's talking to Zinnerman, and he's basically saying the same thing Bright talked to Beltorchika about, of like, yeah, Federation and Vista are working together. We don't want them to like become more friendly than they are, so we're gonna like send you support to help you out and like let you make it to space and like rendezvous with the Nail Argama and basically keep the unicorn out of their hands. And, like, it's really funny Zinnerman's, like, trying to be this shrewd negotiator. He's like, all right, we'll need a base jabber. Like, that's the bare minimum thing that you could get. Like, you're not even asking for a mobile suit. You're asking for, like, a hoverboard.
Yeah,
like, that's not a hard thing to obtain,
like,
my guy.
you're asking for, like, you're asking for the equivalent of, like, a Honda Civic.
Right, yeah, like...
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh, man, it's funny. I love it. This next scene is actually this episode is funny. I don't know why I said that earlier. Because this next scene is so goddamn good. This scene on the so Otto's having a tea party on the Nail Argama.
Yeah, he's having a tea party with his like best mates. He's just like, right, guys, we're gonna have a lovely little time. We're just chilling. Don't worry. It's all like good.
It's the SpongeBob episode on him teaching them how to be fancy. Pinky out as he's like sipping his tea. This is so fucking funny.
No, what's she called? I forget the...
Miharu.
Yeah, Miharu bursts in. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna give you this note, dude. And Venus is like, oh, okay, let me take a full mouthful of this tea before I read this note that you look very shocked about. I wonder what will happen if I do it.
And like everyone's like leaning forward
of tea. Everyone's looking at him. He just opens up this note and then he like his eyes open wide. He spit takes all over all of them.
It's so fucking funny.
It's so good.
He spills the tea.
He spilled that tea, dude. Oh
my god, it's so funny. I mean, presumably the note's like, hey, you have to go pick up the Garden Seer. Love, Kai Shiden.
Yeah. It's like, I didn't know the ghost was alive, dude.
Oh, it's so fucking choice. I love it. It like the tea is like it's like pretty red tea. It looks like he gets shot in the head or like throws up blood or something. It's really fucking shocking at first if you're not like paying full attention. It's great though. So we cut back to the Raw Kylum and we're in the hangar. Bandicoot is like being put in the unicorn to transfer to the Garuda. And Riddy's there and Riddy's just like looking down upon him from like the sort of like walkway above. Like he's like He's been sipping that Bandicoot hater soup right now. He's becoming Joker. But Bright goes and like tries to pull Bandicoot away to like tell him the plan, and then the Tri-Stars roll up and like one of them trips one of like the Vis Secret Service agents, and the other like they're just big men standing in the way of like, hey, he's the captain. He has to talk to someone. You wait the fuck here. Like, it's nice that these guys are just like, yeah, they're ride or die for Bright.
They're ride or die for Bright. There are way better peoples you could be, like, ride or die for, but, like, I appreciate that he has someone.
Yeah,
his family don't have him anymore, do they?
No, yeah, his son's busy, like, getting ready to become a terrorist.
Getting ready to be, like, an explosive, like... the worst fucking terrorist the world's ever seen. He's, like, prepping for it.
His son is 3 years deep in a my girlfriend got killed funk.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I honestly like the Beltorchika's children timeline a bit better in regard to that.
I don't really know what happened during it. Could you enlighten me?
Oh, okay. So in the movie Hathaway, he kills Chan, right?
Yes.
Yeah, in Beltorchika's children, he kills Quest.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I like that a lot more. Like, he's the one who, he, like, shoots the Alpha Zero through the head where the cockpit is because, like, I don't remember if he knew it was Quest at that point or not, but, like, I like to imagine the grief is much harsher on him.
Yeah,
right? Like the whole thing of, like, he accidentally shot down a couple of enemy suits, and, like, that's what kind of gave him a warrior status, plus his daddy's Bright. But, like, yeah, in Beltorchika,
you shot down and killed your girlfriend, and now you're a war hero.
And everyone's like, yeah, and like to everyone else is like, oh, you shot down and killed like this horrific Neo Zeon, like mobile armor, and he's like, yeah, and also the girl that I loved was in there, and they're like, yeah, but she was an enemy. Get over it, man. And he's like, this is cool. I'm gonna go buy a jack-o'-lantern. I mean, I know it wasn't him, but I love fake Mafty so much. Oh, Hathaway's a good movie. I have to rewatch that sometime.
It's so good. I love that pumpkin head.
I know. Just like the movie opens with like Pumpkinhead terrorism. It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Unicorn. Sequel.
Yeah, we're talking about Unicorn.
So he like Bandicoot gets this renewed resolve of Bright telling him that like, all right, we're gonna help you get out of this shitty situation. When we cut to Audrey or Minerva, I like flip flop on calling her Audrey or Minerva because like she's going, she's like I'm Minerva, but like Bandicoot's the only one who's like, no, you're Audrey. And
you're
it's like
Audrey.
Audrey Byrne.
Audrey Byrne, I'd like you to give a little acting performance for me, please, if you wouldn't
I like
mind.
how he turns into I like our version of Benager, just like a tiny
baby
2-foot tall British child
wearing like a little smutty like sailor outfit, and he's got
a big lolly.
he's got like a little lollipop twice the size of his body. Staring up, just like
If you wouldn't mind, could you please sing me a song, Miss Minerva?
I'm gonna turn the psycho frame green this time, ain't I?
I'm turning the psycho frame a lovely shade of green instead of a big nasty red.
This is just
Would
like
that
the
make you
Axis
happy?
shock, innit?
It's just like the Axis shot. I don't really know what it really implies, but I'm not really going to give it much thought because I really like this lady.
Look at the pretty lights.
and Marina's just looking down on him, just like, we're gonna keep this thing the safest to anything. Have you seen it's in like BoJack Horseman? It's that one director treating us like treating what's he called, Todd, being like really like nice, got a great face. You're like, someone get this guy a cookie and stuff like that.
Yeah, someone get this boy cakes and creams.
It's like, I love these cakes.
Let's see. Oh yeah, Martha says some weird fucking shit in this scene to Minerva though. She's like,
absolutely.
Because like she's like threatening. She's like, you're damning all of the Xeon remnants. Like their only place would be with the Fist Foundation. If you don't agree to help out, like you're fucked. She says you're blossoming into a young woman, and blossoms need fertilizer. And Benager is your fertilizer. What are you talking about?
What are you saying?
What are you fucking talking about?
My guy.
That's some. You can't just say shit. Words have meaning.
Kind of thing.
My next
just tell this underage.
She's 17. You don't gotta fucking tell her.
Stop saying the word fertilize.
Don't talk about boys' fur. Ah!
That's so gross. I hate Mother Vist Combine so
This
much.
shit sucks. This shit fucking sucks. Everyone in this show fucking sucks. And my next note is Pouty Riddy. Get over it. He sucks too.
He does.
God, I hate
like how I love how half of the characters in this show are absolutely amazing, and the other half just the worst people imaginable.
Yeah, it's just like the Venn diagram is two separate circles, and one is 2-foot tall British children, and the other is war criminals. War criminals, parentheses, derogatory. Because, like, Benager's also kind of a war criminal at this point. Exactly. Yeah. So he's put on a base jabber, and he's, like, in the unicorn, like, just, like, on hands and knees, like, because, Marita's on the Banshee, on the base jabber, too, like, smart gun aimed at his cockpit, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, yeah, you're not moving here, and, she doesn't answer. Yeah, she doesn't answer to Marita anymore. She's pull 12 now. She's like, Alberto Viss is my master. Don't say that. Don't like it.
Stop saying that.
But they're flying. Yeah, it's some good shit. What happens here?
Oh, could you enlighten me?
Ah, so they're flying. They're going to the Garuda, right? There's like, it's like they see the shadow of it in the clouds, and as the Garuda looks down, they see the shadow of the Garnseer coming out through the clouds too.
Mm-hmm.
And they send out some Girazulus. They have like Girazulus hanging out the door of it, like just like strapped to like some big fucking miniguns and rocket launchers. The Garuda sends out those Onkshas I talked about before, the really cool Ashmar things.
Yeah.
And like the raw Kylum is just straight up not sending out any more units. Like Bright sent out the Tri-Stars to escort Bandicoot, but he's just like, all right, that's it. You're not getting any more from me. Like
none of that.
He's complying the bare minimum of what he has to do.
Yeah, I suppose to keep himself safe, but at the same time, it's like, come on, man.
Like, yeah, I think he's doing it because like he doesn't want Bandicoot to have to like fight of like, you know, friendlies, like protecting as many people as he can. So like I appreciate that because yeah, if there were more like anti-Zeons around, like things would have gone a lot differently. Like Zuderman probably would have died here. It would have been rough.
Would have been really rough.
Yeah, because like at this point, it's like the 2 or 3 Anxas, a couple Gira Zulu shooting from the Garancier, the 3 Tri-Stars, and then Iridian is Delta Plus, and the Unicorns. But Zoomin pops out of the Garancier, like he takes this little like jet, and he's like trying to infiltrate from the top of the Garuda, because he's also trying to rescue Minerva, and
Trying to do the right thing.
Yeah, and Marita like nearly shoots him down, but like she sees like a new type flash of him and then stops. And like this is like when her kind of freak out begins of like trying to break free from that reconditioning. We get a really funny scene like as she like wavers. That's when Bandicoot's able to jump free. He like wrestles with an Anxia, like takes it out and like non-lethally takes it out, grabs its beam saber and like kicks one of the Tri-Stars in the head off of the base jabber so he can fly on one. And, like, the Tri-Stars don't turn on him. They're like, oh, cool, he's not killing. He's not a threat now. It's just like they give him the fucking warrior's respect for not killing. Yeah. Even though he just kicked one of them in the head and sent him plummeting to Earth.
Yeah, it's great. It's so good. I like how they're just like, oh, yeah, that's fine. Like, one of, like, the one that's, like, flying down to the ground is like, he's still kind of like shaking and reeling from what just happened.
He's like throwing up in the cockpit. Oh, warrior's respect.
He just can't do a thing.
The only person who's not impressed is Riddy, who's just like, this fucking kid.
Who is this child?
Like he's like, everyone's in on it. Like he knows. He's like, he can tell that the Tri-Stars aren't going to stop Bandana. And he's just fucking pissed off that no one's doing the job right.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Riddy. Maybe you're a narc and no one wants you involved.
Yeah, nobody likes you, Riddy. Shut up. Shut up, Riddy.
Fuck you.
Yeah, get out of here, Riddy.
Get out of it. Boo.
Riddy him, right?
That was a
nasty one. That was a good
one. So Bandicoot's still trying to snap Merida out of the reconditioning, and like she's just not having a great time of it. She's like about to activate NTD, and Audrey. We cut to like it's Audrey and Martha and Alberto like in the hangar getting ready. They're getting in a shuttle to like go to space, I think, or go somewhere else. And Riddy like just jumps into the hangar in the Delta Plus, and he's like, hey, Minerva, come with me. Everyone just kind of stares at him like, no,
she's not gonna do that, dude.
Who invited you? Like, this is
please just come with me. I don't want to see you die. I don't want to do
it. Like both unicorns like fly into the cockpit. Like
they're on the roof of the Garuda. Like their psycho frames are beginning to resonate, and like one of the Anxas just gets blasted away and like bonks into like the one of the rear fins of the Garuda and like falls to Earth, and Riddy's just like, meanwhile, I just watched 500 Days of Summer and you're a manic pixie dream girl. I love you so much.
I really want you to come with me.
It's so funny.
Like in the meantime, Bandicoot's like fighting for his life because like the Banshee's trying to call out the Unicorns NTD.
Yeah. And like he's holding back the fucking vibrating nail from like tearing him in half.
He's pushing down the like the interface in the middle of the in the cockpit. Like he's trying to like push it down to keep it like
he's trying to like block those servos from turning and fucking
Riddy's being a little bitch downstairs.
Riddy's just such a fucking whiny baby. He's like, come with me! And like both Martha and Minerva are like, okay, you're gonna take her and then what? And he's like, I don't know!
I don't think something out. I don't have any plans. I just want to kiss me and love me. I hate this little bitch so fucking
100 years ago, everything was really bad when Siam visited terrorism to my great-grandpappy.
And my ancestor died, and I've been like comfortably able to live for the rest of my life.
Daddy gets me horses, and I know what the box is, but I'm not gonna tell you.
I know what it is, but I don't want anyone to think I'm stupid.
God, this episode is unlistenable.
It is completely unlistenable. I'm so sorry. I have
just listen to Max and Callie do stupid voices for an hour.
That is riffing for an hour about how much we hate one character and how much we love the other.
It's just like it's just a 2-foot tall British boy with a big lolly versus like an adult man who's just like drowning in his own tears. Outstanding stuff.
Yeah.
So this is, I think at this point, like, Zinnerman has infiltrated the Garuda. He's just like firing pot shots at everyone in the hangar, and like Mineva is able to like run over to him in the confusion, and like he gives her like a suit and everything, and he's like, all right, you got to get the fuck out of here now.
Get out.
And she's like clutching on to like Zinnerman gets like blasted by an explosion. He's not dead, but he's just kind of like slumped over, and like Riddy walks over him, and Mineva's like holding on to like a piece of crumpled metal, like on the exposed fuselage of this thing, and Riddy's like calling out to her, and he's like, come with me, and she's like, I don't want to commit the same crimes my family did that kind of fucked everything up. Bye, and just jumps off.
Yeah, she's just like, right.
And then this
Riddy,
seems so fucking good.
I don't want to do that. Bye, and then she jumps off
deuces.
a plane.
And
just
she I love it.
It's
and like
such
as
a
she's
good
falling,
it's such a good moment.
And as she's falling, she's like, all right, Bandicoot, do your thing. And he just like dives out of the way. He like jumps like over Merida and like dives down. And like as he does it, he activates NTD, but like the Psycho Frame still glows red, but like the interface inside glows green for a little bit. And I'm like, huh, interesting. He ends up he retrieves her. He like, very gently reaches out with the unicorn and like grabs her and puts her in the cockpit. And like it's just so nice that finally, for the first time in the series, Bandicoot and Mineva seem as equals. Like, they're both like, wow, we heard each other's voices. Isn't that cool? Yeah. And Mineva's like, are you gonna go get Merida? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, all right, fuck yeah, awesome, dude. And like, they finally feel like they're on the same level now.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a cute and sweet little scene.
They've both grown a lot. I feel like they're on the same level because Bandicoot's like figured out how to kind of deal with the consequences of like the weight of your kind of like family and your lineage, but also like the weight of your own actions as well. But Mineva's also learned a bit more about how to be a bit more empathetic and to learn to listen to people a bit more and to understand each other as well. They've both grown in inverse ways, and they've hit like this really nice middle point. This is like my favorite like relationship in Gundam. Is these two. I love them so much.
It's nice. It like I keep on saying it, but like it really does feel like they're on the same level together.
They're so equal, and it's so nice.
Like, as much as I love Rain and Domon in G Gundam, like that still isn't that equal of a relationship. Like, yes, Rain is a strong character, but like she very much is like the damsel in distress at the end of it. And like she can fight and do some cool things, but like with this, it really truly feels like, despite Mineva being like the princess of an entire fucking like space nation, and Bandicoot is, as of now, just a guy because his important daddy's dead. Like, it really does feel like they're standing like on the same pedestal together now. I like it.
Died in front of Camille twice. My bar is exceptionally low.
Yeah. Hey, Ford and Camille also had a very cool Gundam cockpit scene.
Did.
Not as sweet as this one, but an important one.
It was a very important one.
Yeah, Mineva was like, hey, Benaj, look at this cool gun I have. What happened if I shot it? Like it pings around the cockpit.
Like an entire city's just leveled. He's like, oh, that's pretty sick, dude.
Yeah, I want the cut the cut of Zeta Gundam where Camille sees 4-level city and is like, fuck yeah, let's do that more.
Let's do it more often.
Let's go knock on the Federation's door.
Let's just take it to the Feddies. We'll just get rid of them all.
Oh man, that's
Shark's
a good ending.
counterattack never happens because there isn't a chance for it to happen.
Shark's counterattack never happened because they high-fived him too hard in the Psycho Gundam and he's like a splat on the ground.
Oh my god, this is the best. Oh,
that's the good ending.
This is the best ending, is what it is. And then Gundam ends.
See. Yeah, Gundam ends when everyone decides, wait, the killer robots are cool now. So, Merida and Bandicoot, they tussle again. I think at this point, like, Zinnerman has been able to... Or no, where the fuck did... Oh, no, that's right. He, like, drops Mineva off inside the gardens here. Then he flies back up to get Merida and Zinnerman, because they're both still on the Garuda.
Yeah.
they're like having a fist fight in the hangar, and like Zinnerman's like running away as like everything's getting destroyed behind him. He's like, oh shit, oh fuck.
Because he's just one guy.
He's just a guy. Like, it's amazing that he didn't die.
It's a miracle.
Like, he was like putting up some pretty big death flags this episode with the whole like I'm your papa, and like Riddy like with a gun in the corner, ready to kill anyone related to Gundams. But what happens is, Bandicoot and Merida are like tussling. They're kind of locked together, and Riddy aims his Delta Plus's rifle at them. He's like, Gundam. At this point, he's just like babbling about Gundams now. Like, he's not saying words anymore. And like Merida feels his like rage psychically and like charges him. And he's like, you're a Gundam too? She's right, because the Delta Plus is based on the Delta Gundam. Then she just...
I really love that moment of him screaming about Gundams, and then...
Me too, I do it every
him
week.
realizing... Yeah, me too. Him realizing that he's become what he hates.
I was Gundam the whole time!
What if the real Gundam was the Gundam we made along the Gundam?
And she like bashes his cockpit and like fucking snaps his arm off, and he's alive somehow.
Breaks his leg off.
Yeah, it just brutalizes it, and like she's about to turn on Bandicoot, but this is when Zinnerman runs in on foot in front of a 20-meter tall killer robot.
I know.
And it's amazing because like you feel in that moment Banagher was not going to be able to snap her out of it. Literally, only Zinnerman could have done this.
Only Zinnerman could have, because he's
her real dad.
It's a situation where the only thing that can like help someone like that is family. It isn't friends. Friends can't do that. But the thing is about it is it's just, oh my god, it's him realizing it's the realization that he named Merida after his like daughter.
Oh my god, I know, when he looks, it's like we see she like flashes through all of her memories, and one of the ones that it kind of lingers on is Zinnerman like showing her a picture of him and his daughter named Marie, and she like as she's like flashing back, Riddy on foot starts shooting at her with a pistol and then passes out, but she hears him yell Gundam a lot, and she's like, I'm Gundam? And like passes out and gets ejected out of the cockpit of the Banshee, and like Zinnerman catches her like calling her Marie as he does it, and I'm just like, oh, he's her dad.
He's her dad.
Boogie woogie woogie.
I cried. I was actually crying.
It's such a sweet God. Yeah, Unicorn is so fucking good.
Yeah.
It's astounding. It's so fucking choice. But Riddy's passed out in the Garuda. Bandicoot, like, pivotably, they leave the Banshee behind because no one's going to pilot it. And, like, Bandicoot backs out with Zinnerman and Rita, I guess, like, in the cockpit with him. And they fly back to the Garnciere, and we see, like, the maneuver of Otto. Otto is so fucking happy. Like, all of his bridge members, are like, hey, why are we helping the enemy? And Otto's like, hey, I have something to do for once. This rules. You kidding me? Yeah, I love this shit.
I'm in charge. I'm actually top rank again. Let's go.
Even though he's following orders from someone higher up, but don't read into that part too much.
Don't read it. Don't think about it. Don't think about it too much, guys. Don't think about it. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Like the Nail Argama is in low orbit. It deploys like a balut pack to like block the everything burning up. It fires a like tow cable as like the Garnciere is losing power. So we see the Unicorn and two Girazules like pushing it from behind.
Yeah,
and again,
just think it that roll.
I've seen Char's counterattack. You can't. You can't just push with a robot. It doesn't work. Except for when it does. But you need to be in the soup to do it, because Bandicoot like flies up and like grabs the tow cable. It's like, this is the fucking, you know, the scene from Captain America Civil War where like he's pulling the helicopter, he's like holding onto the helipad with one arm and like the step rail of the helicopter with the other, and like pulling them both as they're like ripping him apart. It's that. He's doing Captain America right now.
He is. He's pulling a Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, exactly. Spider-Man does that a lot, actually.
He does it so much.
It's like in every Spider-Man continuity, he does it. He loves to do it. He loves to have a big stretch. And he grabs the cable, and like it's not close enough to connect. and he like feels the ghosts of Deguza and Gilboa on his side.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, what if the soup was green?
And it gets green. It's a green ATD.
It's the exact same. First of all, what I mean, not to like post nerd emoji, but I thought the whole thing with Char's counterattack was that like it was Psycho Frame resonance that would like made all the big soup appear, like because it's like that kind of green and yellow. It's the exact same thing that you see at the end of Char's counterattack. It's just one guy doing it this time.
If you think about it, if you have the resonance between Deguza and Gilboa, but also between Banagher and the unicorn itself, the unicorn is kind of shown time and time again that it itself has some form of sentience.
Right.
It exists, it resonates, it wants to be with Banagher. It shows up when when places it shouldn't be. It is there with him. We see it almost has a mind of its own, especially with the NTD system. I like to think of this moment as that is a moment where Banagher is fully resonating with the unicorn once again.
I like that. Because, I mean, yeah, the unicorn is full of a downright irresponsible amount of Psycho Frame. Like, way fucking more than the new
like, far too much.
Far too much. We shouldn't do this. We shouldn't make giant Gundams just, their bones are like soup ore. But we keep doing it, I guess. But regardless, like, the Psycho Frame glows, and, like, yeah, he has achieved full mastery over this, because, like, he is using, you know what this is? This is, like, him becoming capital N new type as, like, Zeon intended, where he's not a new type for combat. Like, every time he's used the NTD up until this point, has been, like, in some kind of combat role. Like, I guess him doing it against Loney, it was still kind of combat, and him going to get Minerva wasn't really, but, like, I guess he was just responding to his powerful emotions. But even then, you see, like, the interface inside was glowing green a little bit. So it's, like, starting to. But, like, at this point, it really feels like he's kind of become one with the unicorn at this point.
Yeah.
Like, he can exert his will over it. And just, it is pure soup. The music that plays in this part is beautiful, too. Oh, my God, I love it. It is just, like, triumphant, like, ethereal score as, like, he just literally, like, lifts... He, like, rockets up and, like, lifts the Garden Seer into space with a Nail Argama. It's so good. So fucking good. Oh, and this entire scene, we know it's important because we get the classic Gundam shot of, like, the protagonist's eyes over space. Like, that's how you know. That's how you know.
Oh, it's so good. And then he runs out of fuel.
It's gorgeous. Yeah, he runs out of fuel. Bright is, like, smiling as he watches it happen. I wouldn't be, because the last time Bright saw that green soup appear, Amuro died.
Yeah.
I'd be like, fuck, shit, fuck, turn it off, dude. We see Riddy, who wakes up and, like, walks towards the Banshee. Don't like that.
Not like that.
Don't like that.
He's like Gundam. It's like bleeding from his head and everything.
Yeah, he's majorly wounded. But we're in space, and everything seems okay until, like, the Nail Argama starts getting hit with beam fire, because the fucking General Revel, the flagship of the Federation fleet, is like, all right, fuckers, time to die.
Yeah.
This is just like FTL.
And then...
a little purple boy shows up.
The little purple lad shows up and just rips an entire fleet apart with his bare hands.
I love it.
Mobile suit.
Rosen Zulu kicks ass. We see full frontal. He's like firing rockets and shit. Pivotally, though, they're not killing. This, again, really feels like every side... I mean, you know what it is? It's like the Vists and the Federation are like, they've given up on reasoning with Banagher. They just want this fucking guy dead. But like, it seems like Full Frontal and Angelo haven't yet. And they're like, maybe if we don't kill in this fight, we can get him to come to our side on this. So maybe. But like, because like, you see, they're like popping heads off and they're like destroying legs, but they're not like targeting cockpits at all.
Nah, not whatsoever.
Yeah, and like the final shot of the episode is just like Full Frontal pulling out this big fuck off rocket launcher and like firing it towards the General Revel, and like the episode freeze frames and ends.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh my God, Unicorn is insane. This show is so fucking great.
It rules.
And that is the episode for this week. Only 2 more.
I'm gonna be so sad to see it go.
I know. I'm really excited to like. I know so little about narrative.
Yeah, I know nothing. I know there's
I
I
know
know there's
that-
a cool robot in it that breaks its arms up every time it fires its gun.
I know that there may or may not be a third unicorn unit, but like that's kind of it.
Yeah, I didn't even
So
know
I'm
about
excited.
that.
I mean, I know it's the thing of I have so much Gunpla that
Yeah.
I kind of like know, and it's just what if unicorn was gold? What then?
What if unicorn gold?
Hmm.
What if big and gaudy and look bad?
Yeah, people don't like that one. My question though is, what if Beyond Toon World?
Whoa! I can't believe I'm transported to the spell card. Oh my god!
You're going to love this. Trust me. Beyond Toon World!
Right, we're gonna talk about a voice actor we may have heard before. A funny little guy called Wataru Tagaki.
Okay.
He is the voice actor of Alberto Vist. He was born in the Chiba Prefecture of Japan in 1966. He is 56 himself.
Okay.
His first role was in a anime called Mr. Ajiko as
Okay.
a laborer. After that, he played a bunch of other roles that we kind of... Okay, so... This one I was pretty excited about. He was Neotros in a show called The Guyver Bio Booster Armor. Guyver
That sounds fucking
rules.
badass.
Guyver rules. It's so good. After that, he starred in some of his more notable anime roles. He was Kamidake in the Tenchi Muyo series.
Okay.
He was in Samurai Pizza Cats.
Outstanding.
He was in Sailor Moon R as
Who was he? Who was he in
Rubius.
Sailor Moon? Okay, all right.
He was Rush in Mega Man Upon a Star.
Wait, how he voice a dog?
You voice a dog. Don't question it too
woof,
much.
Woof, bow wow.
Woof woof bow wow. He played Baran in Dirty Pair Flash.
Okay, all right.
He was Hayami Akakabu in New Cutie Honey. He's been in a lot of stuff. He was Hayato Kawakami in Tekkaman Blade 2.
God, I thought you were about to say Hayato Kawajiri from JoJo's, and I was going to lose my shit.
No. I'll get to that. He's an office worker in Golden Boy.
Okay.
He was bossed in the Fire Emblem movie.
Fuck yeah.
He is. This is not his first Gundam role. Because this guy was Jared Ran in After War Gundam X.
Oh, that's the main character, right?
Yeah, the main character.
Damn,
and then
he went from being the main character to fucking Alberto Vist. Sorry, bud.
Loser. He was Valgav in Slayer's Try.
Okay.
Man A in Trigun. He's Kenji
Outstanding.
in Initial D.
Okay.
He was Takasugi Shinsaku in Rurouni Kenshin.
All right.
He is the titular great teacher Onizuka. Yeah, he's great teacher Onizuka. He's Adon in the Street Fighter Alpha anime.
Oh, fuck yes.
He was Tokagero in Shaman King, both the original version and the more modern version. He's Leaf in Hellsing. He's the Rain Ninja in episode 21 of Naruto.
Cool. Outstanding. My favorite character.
For me, this one's for me. He's Bellamy in One Piece. Oh, I love Bellamy so much. He's Bellamy.
I love Bellamy.
Oh my god.
What if there was a guy who was crazy?
He's also Vanderdecken.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Yeah, that guy sucks. We care about Bellamy. I love Bellamy so much.
What kind of dumbass fishman eats a devil fruit?
Who does that? Well, it
Stupid
happened a
fucking
few times.
loser.
I'm with Jack too.
Okay, I literally didn't know Jack was a fishman until like 2 chapters ago when they say he was a fishman. I thought he was just a big guy.
Yeah, he's just a big dude now. He's a fishman. He was Gustav in Monster.
Okay.
Ganju Shiba in Bleach.
Mhm.
He was Uraganos in Futariwa Pretty Cure Max Heart, which is great. You love to see a Pretty Cure voice.
Uh-huh.
This is a big one. He was Obito Uchiha in Naruto Shippuden.
Yes. Good shit.
He was Kumasuke Kumade and Metal Fight Beyblade. I love Beyblade so much.
I loved Beyblade so fucking much as a kid. It is amazing that I still have all my fingers from it.
Of course, he was Alberto in Gundam Unicorn.
Yeah, very sorry to hear.
Harada in Durarara, if you watched that.
Yeah.
He's Knucklebite from Hunter x Hunter! He's Knuckle!
I feel like every single character we've done Beyond Two Worlds has been in Hunter x Hunter. It rules.
Yeah, because Hunter x Hunter's amazing, and they only
like
employed
1,000 characters.
They also only employed good voice actors in the series, so he was Hammerhead in One Punch Man. Here is probably his biggest role that people will know him for the most. He is Okuyasu Nijimura from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yes, Josuke!
Hey, Josuke! Hey, yo!
I love Okuyasu.
I was also in Kingsglaive Final Fantasy as Pelna Kara. I never watched that. I'm very sorry.
I watched that movie. I couldn't tell you a goddamn thing about it. All I know is that Aaron Paul is the main character in that.
He is. He's the Joker in Batman Ninja.
Okay. Callie, have you seen Batman Ninja?
I've not. I feel like I'd love it though.
Callie, Gorilla Grodd is in it. Voiced by Dio.
Shut up. No, he's not.
Batman Ninja is one of the most like it is like just a fucking trip and a half. It is like one of the most wild things I've ever seen. It is so fucking good.
Because this continues to go on,
yes.
He is Best Boy Absolute, one of my favorite protagonists in fiction, full stop. Kaiman from Dorohedoro. Head boy, I love him so much. He is Goro Otaki from Godzilla Singular Point, which is the old man.
Yeah.
I love that. I loved Singular Point. It was so good. He's Zeus in the Record of Ragnarok anime. Sorry about that anime. I love the manga. Love the manga so much, but oh my god, what a badly done show. Then in more recent roles, the most recent role he's credited for is he's Cherry in the most recent version of Yurusei Yatsura.
Ooh, cool.
Going back full circle.
Yeah.
In his video game roles,
oh boy,
he's a lot of Street Fighter characters. In Street Fighter 3 Second Impact, he is Ryu, Yang, Hugo. In Street Fighter 02, he's Adon, Birdie, Sodom, Gen, Zangief.
That's a lot of characters.
He's Zangief and Doctrine Dark in Street Fighter EX. In the original JoJo's Heritage for the Future game, he was Cameo in the PlayStation version.
Really?
He's the longtime voice actor of Zangief in the Japanese version. He was... I'm just trying to look for some more kind of like well-known stuff. He's Cubot in Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, I like Cube. I like that. That's cute. I like that.
He's Experiment 211 Sparky in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep.
Tremendous.
Of course, he's Okuyasu Nijimura. He is Enzo in Bayonetta.
Oh, he's Danny DeVito. That fucking rules.
He's Danny DeVito, dude.
Oh my god.
Then, in my favorite thing, let's take a look at his Western dub voices.
Yes,
He's got a few good ones. He was in one of the original Daffy Duck shorts. He was Daffy Duck.
Okay.
In Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, he was both Iceman and Captain America, and he continued. He reprised his role as Iceman in the 1992 X-Men TV show. This is a big one. He's the Prowler in the Spider-Man cartoon.
Ooh.
He's also the he's the Japanese dub voice for Pepe the King Prawn from the Muppets. He reprised his voice as Daffy Duck in Space Jam. He was the Godfather stand-in child from South Park, Loogie, in South Park. He's the Japanese dub voice of Eddie in Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Okay.
He was Komodo Joe in Crash Team Racing.
Ooh, okay, fun.
He's Skid McMarks in Ratchet and Clank. Terrible name.
Yeah, they really made a lot of names for that franchise, huh?
Once again, he's Duck Dodgers and Duck Dodgers in the 21st and 1/2 century.
Non-zero amount of duck rolls, huh?
In also Daffy Duck in Looney Tunes back in action. In the Garfield movie, the live action one,
Okay.
he was Nermal.
Wait, Nerdle was in that movie? What the fuck?
Nermal was in that film. I bet you forgot about that, didn't you? He was boosting
I
cars.
did. Okay, Jesus Christ.
He was Officer Lester in Monster House. He's Raoul from Happy Feet.
Oh my god.
Zeng, the duck that's Poe's dad in Kung Fu Panda.
Why does he have so many duck roles?
He just does. He's got a duck-like voice. He is Garfield in the Garfield Show.
Not Nermal though.
Not Nermal though. Nah, he stepped up from Nermal.
He got an upgrade.
He's the bulldog in Up.
Okay. Oh, okay. I like Up. That's a good
He's
one.
Dr. Blowhole from the Penguins of Madagascar TV show.
Okay.
He's Dobby.
He's Dobby.
He's literally Dobby.
Oh my god.
Can't make this up. He's one of the ponies that comes in with the big old cider making machine and My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
Tremendous.
He's one of them. He's Claptrap in Borderlands 3.
Okay.
And in most recent video game Western role was he was Ganki Lee in the Spider-Man Miles Morales game.
Ooh, okay. I didn't even finish Miles Morales.
He was also in Cats and Dogs: The Revenge of Kitty Galore, but I'm not warranting that with the specific ones that he did.
Mm-hmm. I only ever
requires
saw the first
thinking-
one.
That does require thinking about the Revenge of Kitty Galore.
Yeah, I thankfully have only seen the original.
God, I wish I was you. And that's it. That's all we got so far.
That's one of the best Beyond Two Worlds to date, I must
Such a
say.
good one, right?
Outstanding stuff. Wataru Tagaki, I am saluting very hard.
I'm saluting so hard.
This guy's a duck.
Just a duck?
He's just a duck.
Just a duck, dude.
Going quackers.
I'm quacking up thinking about it, man.
Well, another important question, Callie. What's the robot of the week?
I've been thinking about the Guilty Gear series a lot recently.
Okay, yeah.
I've recently got into it, thanks to my girl Bridget being what she should be. You'll love to see it. So I've been thinking about it. I've been looking at the series, and I was looking at some of the past games, and I've stumbled upon a pretty funny looking funny looking dude. My robot of the week is RoboKai.
You know what? You're the second host to bring RoboKai.
I'm not, am I?
You are, yeah. Sarah in Iron Blooded Orphans coverage also brought RoboKai.
He's just
We can talk about RoboKai.
Huh?
We can talk about RoboKai. I love his little the fucking stupid ass like the robot wind up ears he has.
He's gay with a fucking assassin who uses pool cues.
That rules.
Love him. He's most likely not going to be in the next game because his arc is over.
Oh, very
which is sad. We'll never see him again, but I'm happy. I'm happy with that. That's okay.
I like robots that just like wear human clothes. Like you don't need to.
He doesn't need to.
It's just fun when they do. It's like you don't need that. You don't have any shame to hide, but they do anyway because walk walk fashion, baby.
Yeah.
Much respect to all my guilty gearers out there. I'm happy for you, Bridget Mays out there.
I got a question for you, Max. Where can we find you on social media?
Oh, Callie, I'm glad you asked. You can find me on Twitter at MaxyBajillion. You can listen to Pod of Greed, which is the world's number one and only Yu-Gi-Oh podcast sponsored by Kaiba Corp. We're taking a bit of a break before we get into season 4 of GX because it's a pretty short one. We'll be done by the end of the year.
Really?
2023, yeah, season. It's like a regular anime season.
What the fuck?
So it's only going to take us a couple months to get through. It's wild, right? Which means season 2023 will be the year of 5D's nuts, and I cannot wait.
Oh, so brilliant!
So fucking excited.
Going fast makes me feel alive.
See, I'm not gonna know that. I'm not gonna know that one. Drive. I listen to the sub.
Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh dubs don't agree with me.
Oh, you get clear mind though. That's fine. Oh my god.
That's the thing. I've never heard like. The Yu-Gi-Oh dub openings are all very iconic, and GX is just like the best of all of them that I've heard, but like the Japanese openings like just blow them out of the fucking water. It's insane.
Not even
like,
that.
Kawaii Tasekebi from season 0 is like unbeatable.
Because in the sub version of 5Ds you get the insert songs for the duels and stuff like that. and you get stuff like Clear Mind.
Those songs are so good.
Oh my god, the 5Ds ones are unbelievable. I'll send you one after because it's insanely good.
Yeah, it's like thinking people watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, not listening to Passionate Duelist. I'm just like, what's the point?
What's the point?
What's the point if you can't hear that? You can also listen to Slappers Only, a video game music show and podcast. Speaking of music, we're on hiatus, but we'll be back with like Donkey Kong Country, I guess is what we have lined up for that. I really got to talk to Jordan and be like, hey, when are we going to do this? We both just like keep on forgetting and just like, Jordan's busy and I'm busy, but we'll get to it eventually and we'll be back with a vengeance. What about you, Callie?
You can find me on twitter.com at Cowley, Cowllie. You can also find the book I'm working on and an empty Twitter page because I still haven't done anything with it. About my book that I'm writing. It's called Other Side. You can find that at Other Side Novel. It'll be linked down in the description of the episode. Watch that space. There'll be something on it by the end of this month. That's the time limit I give myself, because there will be something. The first 3 chapters are done. I want to make those kind of available so you guys can get a sense of what's going to happen in the book. But yeah, I hope you guys don't mind waiting a little bit longer for that.
Hell yeah. You can find this show on noisepace.xyz. You can go to twitter.com/wowcoolpodcast. There's Discord links in that Twitter header, and all of our episode descriptions. Come hang out, post your gunpla, talk about how the Black Tri-Stars are cool characters, even though they don't really...
They've said like 5 lines, but they rule.
Yeah, because look, it's just cool being on a team, and you all like wear matching outfits and do poses together. That's why the Ginyu Force is cool, even though they all kind of suck. Like, not one individual member of the Ginyu Force is cool. They're all just like weird assholes, but like when they get together, they're greater than the sum of their parts. It's like chemistry. Rakuma Racer Gun, hello?
Rakuma Racer Gun!
Zarbon long hair. Berter is really fast. Goldo can freeze you.
You can stop time and everyone still thinks he's like sucks.
He's a fucking asshole to fight in Xenoverse. Oh my god. Because it's like this huge range, and like if you don't block it or dodge it, you're just stuck there. And like the AI never capitalized on it. They just kind of like punched you 2 times, but like you'd have to sit there and like stare as you watch this little fucking green alien asshole like slap you around a couple of times.
Yeah.
Whatever. And I guess that'll do it for us. Next week, episode 6 of Unicorn, whatever happens then. Tune in, can't wait. And, as we always say, to close, war is bad.
Oh wow, a cool robot!
Bye!
Goodbye!